Good morning, gamers. Welcome into the Gamers Roast podcast. I'm your host, Joshua J. Alongside me, Wesley Lance.
Good morning, everyone.
And I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Halloween.
He's no longer spoopy. We are back to the Gamers Roast podcast.
Although I really liked that
Thank you.
intro. I loved the logo, everything. It looked amazing.
It's almost like I didn't do it 20 minutes before we started recording.
You couldn't tell. I mean, it looked really, really good.
The intro took me a little bit longer, but yeah, the graphic, we were recording and I'm like, I got to make something. So I threw it together. It was fun, but
it was fun. It was fun. Did you have a good Halloween?
I mean, what was it? Yeah, it was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Well,
when we're
when we're recording, it was yesterday. I didn't do anything.
No.
I hung with my family for the afternoon, and then I had like a little get together in the evening. But like, there were like 3 people that dressed up. I think everyone dressed up, but nobody was like wearing all of their costume pieces. So I went as Guy from Free Guy. Michaela went as Breath of the Wild.
You better have
Zelda.
been wearing all your costume pieces.
Okay, well, no, I went as Dude halfway through. No, but it was fun. We just kind of hung out, ate some snacks, played some games, watched some YouTube videos. So it was fun. Like, it wasn't like specifically Halloween-y. We were just kind of getting together and hanging as friends. But
yeah, I didn't do much either. I went to my parents' house, watched some Bears get destroyed by the 49ers,
woot.
as they do. And then we went home, dressed up our little daughter in a Red Riding Hood costume.
Oh, yes. This picture was so cute.
I have a huge Great Dane. If you watched our stream on what?
It would have been the Friday before Halloween. So it would have been the 29th, October 29th.
You'd have seen him walk in and out of the shot. His name's Vader. So we dressed him up like the big bad wolf, like grandma, so it was cute.
It was adorable.
We didn't go out trick-or-treating because she's only 6 months old. So it would have been mainly for us to get the candy. So
also, don't go to the grocery store on Halloween day. It was packed.
See, I tried to go get candy. Gone.
Oh, I'm sure candy, but just
everything. I couldn't get candy. I tried to get candy. There was no candy. And so kids were walking up to our house and I'm like flipping the light off. I'm like, I'm sorry, go away. I have nothing to give you.
Leave, child. Leave this forsaken place.
I'll stick my Great Dane on you.
There are no blessings here for you.
We were Halloween Scrooges, but
you didn't have a choice.
It was.
Do you normally give out candy on Halloween?
We have the past 2 years.
I don't think my family has ever done that.
We got candy and we're like, we'll do, Halloween. But we were on our 3rd floor apartment, so we ended up eating all the candy ourselves because no kids wanted to go to the 3rd floor apartment.
I remember that. Because I came like the day after and Carly was like, you want any candy? And there was a giant bowl by the door. She's like, we bought it all for Halloween and no one came because we're on the 3rd floor of an apartment.
But you know what? I figured that would happen, but I wanted candy. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
We'll do it.
Sure. It'll be great.
That's a great idea.
But today's Thursday, November 4th. So already into November. Thanksgiving is on its way. Halloween is gone. Let Christmas and Thanksgiving begin. They
Thanksgiving,
They all get mixed in together.
I love Thanksgiving. That's my favorite holiday. Honestly, I like Thanksgiving more than Christmas. I don't know if that's like blasphemous or not.
It's tied. For me, I mean, it's Christmas might be a little bit up there just because they don't have any Thanksgiving songs.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving,
but you don't have to buy gifts for Thanksgiving, and that's the amazing thing. I hate buying Christmas gifts.
Buying a turkey and stuff like that is expensive, though.
Vegan turkey.
So,
a tofurkey.
But that's like blasphemous.
Yeah, that sounds. But, I've never actually had a tofurkey. I just like saying it because it sounds a little bit like a swear word.
Oh my gosh. But speaking of when we talked about how we recorded on Twitch, that was a lot of fun. Friday night before Halloween, last Friday night we did a stream of House of Ashes and it was a blast.
Not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be, honestly.
No, it was actually not scary at all. It was kind of funny, if anything.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because we were making it funny.
Well, the chick, Ashley Tisdale, right?
Yeah.
She reminded me of Bugsy off Bedtime Stories.
I've never seen... Wait. Like the Adam Sandler movie, Bedtime Stories?
Yes. Yeah.
Who's Bugsy again?
Bugsy's the
rabbit!
A
guinea pig.
He's a guinea pig. Yeah. And he's just like...
Oh yeah, man!
And that's just her eyes were just
that character model was so strange. The rest of them looked okay. It was weird because the rest of them looked okay.
Yeah,
and then Rachel was just like,
and it sucked because you and Chase killed all of my characters.
You only had one that was actually like going throughout the story,
but then
he died
I got
real
Rachel
quick.
because you're like, here, you can use Rachel, and I'm like, okay, bet, so I can use Rachel, and then she got killed because Chase didn't protect her because
Yeah.
he flipped his lid. He's like, I don't, and then, she died.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And so,
he doesn't harbor any resentment at all. He was only chanting, kill, what was his name? Salim? Kill Salim the whole time because that was Chase's character.
Salim shot my character in the face. But that was your fault.
So that was my fault somehow. I don't understand how it was my fault. So that's a real quick recap of our 5-hour stream.
Which we'll go more into detail on that here in a second. But real quick, Thursday Night Football. This week is going to be, tonight is going to be kind of a lame game. It's the 3-5 Colts against the 2-5 Jets.
Oh my.
Yeah. Though, it's a toss-up. I mean,
it's a toss-up for all the wrong reasons.
I'm going to say the Colts by
Who's going to lose worse? You should pick who's going to lose. I mean, that's technically the same as picking who's winning, but you should frame it as who's going to lose.
Yeah, the Jets will lose by 3.
Okay.
The Colts by 3 winning.
Have you gotten any of these right so far?
I think I've gotten some of the winners right, just never the score.
The score. Well, I honestly, the score is so up in the air. I would not expect you to get the scores right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The Jets will lose by 3 and go to 2-6, and the Colts will go to 4-5.
Cool beans.
So that's my prediction. I love football.
I know you do.
And it's already almost over here where we're at.
Wow.
It's so cold today.
It's very cold. I kind of like the nip though.
The nip.
The nip. The
nip drug. Well, speaking of nip, this is our coffee. Highlander Grog. Wonderfully warm, aromatic,
by Steep and Brew.
Creamy and sweet with a nip of grog. See, nip. But yeah, it's by Steep Brew.
Steep and Brew.
Steep.
There's a plus there.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Steep plus brew.
Steep plus brew.
Does that
not describe all coffees? Steep and Brew.
Yeah.
Not all.
Brew and steep.
Wait.
I have no idea.
Okay, all right. Let's just try it. We're in weird moods. It's been a long weekend with not a lot of sleep. I think I'm still recovering from Friday.
Oh my gosh. I was down. I woke up with a fever.
You were sick the next day.
I am so old. I'm an old man. So, all right.
Well, we'll get ourselves some grog. Ooh, there's a lot going on there. What?
That is insanely bitter.
Yeah, it's really bitter. It's almost a little bit sour too. Ooh. I like the
I wonder why they carded me for it. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, okay, so we didn't make this in our normal coffee pot. We used it at the coffee pot that's just around here. And I've had other coffee from that, and it also tastes really bitter. So I don't know if that's like the coffee pot. I don't know.
Well, if I had to grade off of this coffee pot, I'm going to take it home, and I'm going to make some at home. So I'll be able to...
Let us know
if it's different,
next
week. I'll let you guys know next week. But grading it off of this, I'd give it a 4.
Oh, see, I don't mind the bitterness, actually.
See, to me, it takes away from the flavor. It's just like I drink it.
Well, you get the flavor afterwards.
But I want I want it to hit my tongue, and as it's going and warming my insides, to be like, ooh. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But it's not doing that to me.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, hold it. There it is. Sorry, I just got a little bit of the grog aftertaste.
Oh, I thought you meant the ooh-ness.
No. Never had a coffee do that before.
Oh man, most coffee does that to me, man. Me and coffee have a great relationship.
It
can make me go ooh.
I'd give it like a 5.5 to a 6, maybe. Like it tastes pretty good. I like the flavor. Again, it's kind of hard to tell because of the coffee pot.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, like you said, it does have a decent. Oh, no allergens, so there you go. But no, it has a decent amount going on, and I do enjoy it. It just is. It's too much. Like, and I drink all my coffee black. Like. Yeah. I don't like flavor in my coffee unless it's an iced coffee, and even then, I drink it black. So I don't mind bitter tasting coffee, but when the bitterness is the only thing,
is it overpowering?
It just kind of.
It does kind of override the other flavors it's got going on.
Yeah,
but
so
it's very smooth. I will give it that.
It is. It does have that going for it.
So,
but like I said,
pretty good.
I'll give it a 4, maybe a 4.5.
Yeah, I'd go 5.5 to 6.
But I'm looking for that oof, that hit. I need that hit.
Ooh.
You don't do it right.
We're gonna. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're gonna make everybody super uncomfortable. Continuing our theme from last week of the worst ASMR channel of all time. Last week it was Aaron going like blowing into. Oh, sorry.
Now you just blew into the mic.
Yep. Way to go, Wes. And then this week it's us going. Ooh.
Still not doing it right. You sound like a. You sound like a ghost.
That's the point.
No.
You sound like an idiot.
Supposed to make it sound like it's enjoyable. Continue on with the roast.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Roast of the week. I don't really want to go into whatever you were talking about there. All right. So roast of the week this week. And in true roast fashion, I'm going to be taking a shot at a kid's game because why not? I have no life. So for Halloween, Roblox had a special promotion with Chipotle and they called it Booritos. And if I don't know how exactly it worked, but like if you played a game, they basically Chipotle was giving away like $1 million of free burritos. You could just earn burritos by playing Roblox. The promotion went up for an hour, and an hour after it started, Roblox servers went down for 3 days. Like completely just gone. Nobody could play anything.
More like boo burritos.
Yeah. So one would think that it's a natural assumption that it was the traffic from the Chipotle thing. Like everybody's getting on and, trying to win those free Roblox burritos because, that's what we're all, that's all we want in life is a little comfort food in this mortal coil. But no, Roblox is saying it is not because of Chipotle. They're saying it's something completely different, but they're not saying what it is. But the timing is so convenient that I'm beginning to wonder if they just don't want Chipotle. They don't want to blame Chipotle. Because it's not really a great look to be like, we're going to partner with you. And then your game crashes and you're like, it's your fault. So they're probably trying to distance themselves from saying that it's Chipotle's fault. But like it literally happened an hour after all of the stuff went up. So I'm a little bit like, come on, guys.
But I get, how dare you blame the burritos? It's not the burrito's fault.
It's not the burritos' fault.
Look at the burritos.
It's all the 11-year-olds that were hopping on to win those burritos on Roblox. That
cracks me up. What 11-year-old goes, Chipotle burrito?
My brother. Well, no. Connor doesn't like Chipotle. Never mind.
I'm just like...
There's probably some
if it was like Dino
there.
Chicken Nuggies, like, I'd have hopped on and been like, I've never played this game. I'm going to get me a Dino Chicken Nuggies.
11-year-olds have very refined palates nowadays.
Oh.
Lunchables. Lunchables actually have like different flavors. It's not just cardboard and rubber like it was when we were kids.
Yeah. Back when I was a kid, I got like toast. And if I was lucky, I got butter. So no. Yeah,
did you live in the Great Depression?
No, I mean we didn't get like some of the like Dino chicken nuggets. Heck no, we got the off-brand frozen burnt chicken nuggets. If we even got chicken nuggets.
Dino chicken nuggets.
So like that was how
they were like abstract art chicken nuggets.
Kids now getting free Chipotle burritos, playing it. Man,
I honestly wish I would have hopped on and tried to win one burrito, but it was down. So way to go, Roblox, for not having the capacity to back up your promotion, and then really being good at not blaming it at your sponsor. But like, I feel like we all kind of know it was that burrito rage that took down the Roblox service. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
Well, I don't know if burritos entice beauty, but
I don't know. Have you ever had a good Chipotle burrito when you've had like nothing to eat, man?
Yes. But it doesn't make me look beautiful. It makes me look like a caveman when I'm eating it.
That's
true.
Then afterwards, there is no elegant way to eat a Chipotle burrito.
Yeah. And then just afterwards is unmentionable. So.
Okay. Wow. We've had a weird like little voice and a poop joke so far. This is going real well.
Is that all for the roast then?
That's all for the roast. I'm feeling particularly subdued today, so I didn't go on a rant. Well, also, it's Roblox, so if I went on a rant about Roblox, how sad would my life be?
And you'd get attacked. Everybody loves Roblox.
Yeah, I actually don't mind Roblox. Connor loves Roblox.
I've seen some gameplay of it. To me, it just looks like a very, very easy way to get money from kids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, you can't do anything in that game without spending money unless you want to grind forever and still never make it. That's like why a famous YouTuber, Laserbeam, has gone and spent like thousands of dollars to become the leader in every single game on Roblox.
Oh my.
Because he's like, I can just pay to win. is literally a pay-to-win game that everyone is like, it's so great. It's like we attack EA for being play-to-win, but then Roblox comes along and we're like, oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I guess that's fair, yeah.
It's like, no, it's even worse than EA games. And
Yeah,
it's not even fun like EA games.
Yeah, because at least EA games have like gameplay to back it up.
Right. So like, I don't know. I hate Roblox. At me.
Roblox and Fortnite. So basically, if you are a gamer under the age of 13, you are the bane of Josh's existence.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sure.
When I was young and I was playing games,
When I was a young
playing,
warthog.
I was playing Modern Warfare and getting cussed out, and I didn't even know what the words meant.
That's back when we had the good childhoods, back when I knew all of the swear words before I even knew what they meant, and I was getting verbally abused by strangers on the internet.
But then you just shoot them in the head in the game, and then they shut up. The best.
It works in real life too.
Oh,
Sorry.
we do not condone killing on the Gamers Rose podcast. You will go to prison. We take no responsibility for your actions. But no, like, I mean, someone would be yelling at you in the pregame lobby, talking about your mom. You go in, you kill them, and then they cuss you out in that little, like,
I was going to say, that's the opposite, actually. You shoot them in the head and you hear them talk for 3 seconds.
Their last, like, 3 seconds of life is you laughing at them as they're cursing you with their final breath. And you're just
12-year-old
like, die. You know, it was great. It was a great
I'm sure
game.
that this had no lasting mental scars on any players.
And now you have kids, Ma, I need $50 so I can get a better lawnmower in Roblox. It's like, no. Stop it. Get help. Like that meme.
What?
Never mind. It's a meme. Anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, we got to move on from that.
Yeah, we really do.
I'm getting upset about Roblox. And
so moving on to something else to be upset about.
Actually, we're not moving on to this yet.
Oh, well, then why do you have it pulled up?
Well, because it's going to be eventually.
Gotcha. Okay.
I wanted to talk about our stream still.
Oh, yeah. We should probably discuss that.
I'm actually going to be live streaming tonight from, I'm going to go ahead and say 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. is when I'll start the stream because I just want to make sure that I have plenty of time for that little child of mine to get in bed so I don't wake her up, get her fast asleep. So 10 p.m. is when I'll start the stream. Probably won't go for a super long time, maybe an hour, hour and a half. Depends on how long that game is or whatever I decide to play. But that being said, we are going to start streaming every single week, which is going to be great.
It's finally happening. We've only been talking about it for a month and a half now.
I know, right? But I will say I was very excited for our last stream that we had with the House of Ashes. We streamed for 6 hours, had an average of like 3.5 views, had 42 people stop by.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. It was a fun time. So what is your kind of overall score of House of Ashes?
Oh boy. Oof, that's a hard one.
Like a 1 through 10.
I would give it a 7. I actually had a lot of fun playing it. I thought the story was pretty good. The voice acting overall was pretty good. The big thing that I had was I'm not a super huge fan of QuickTime events, and it's like all the game is. So like the gameplay isn't that great, but I don't think that people are going to the Dark Pictures games for gameplay. They're going to it for the story. So like it's not purporting like that was my biggest complaint with Spider-Man PS4, but there was a ton of other gameplay to back it up, so it didn't bother me too much. And in the same way, I feel like House of Ashes story and voice acting backed up the like weird gameplay. So voice acting was pretty good. The mocap was weird. The mocap.
Yeah.
So I understand why, because they're making one every year. So like it is technically rushed development. Like, especially with all of the cutscenes they have to make for all of the choices and all of the things that you can do. I get it. But some of the mocap was giving me like early 2000s vibes. Like they'd move their head and it'd be like it looked a little unnatural.
Glitchy.
And we already mentioned Rachel's character model, which just looked a little bug-eyed. But the rest of the character models look good. I really liked the story. Kind of reminded me a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, if you've ever read that. So actually reminded me a lot of that by the time we were done with it. So I liked it. I actually prefer the twist endings, like you said, like Man of Medan and Little Hope had like twist endings.
Right.
This one didn't really have a twist ending. It was more of just a mystery that you were solving as you were going on. So not my favorite way of doing it, but certainly not bad. Liked the monsters. I thought that it was a nice blend of threatening, but not like overly scary or I mean, I was going to say not gory, but it was definitely some gore.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't do gore, but no, I thought it was good. I liked it. I really had a good time. Playing it with you guys was a lot of fun.
So for me, I'm going to give it a 7 to 7.5. That being said, I like Little Hope better. I would have given Little Hope an 8.5.
Really?
So with these dark picture anthology games, it's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be fear-inducing. It's supposed to give me chills. And it didn't. It made me laugh and have a great time and enjoy the game. Which
it was not scary in the slightest.
So if you want something that's going to scare the crap out of you, or not even scare the crap out of you, just give you a little few jump scares. Oh gosh, what's that? Or like, man, what's really going on here? Play Little Hope. Little Hope has a ghost from like the Salem witch trials.
Oh gosh.
And like you hear rustling in the bush and you're like, what's that? And it's a rabbit. And you're like, oh, that's a cute little rabbit. And you keep going, hear rustling in the bush. You're like, oh, it's probably another rabbit. And the girl pops up on the screen as a ghost and freaks you out and then is gone. And you're like, oh, what the heck? You see it move in the trees. Like,
okay. I would not
scary,
like that.
You know, it's like, what the heck is happening to me?
I was actually really glad it wasn't super scary. Though it was a little bit. So like at the very beginning, before you saw the monsters, it was a little scary because you didn't know what to expect.
Right.
So I know there was one time that like it was my turn and I had to go down a dark hallway and I just like pushed forward and I was just like, gotta move forward because if I don't think, then I won't get scared. So I just kept pushing forward and then like. Yeah, there were a couple times I kind of jumped because you saw one of the things like dart across. But once you like knew what they were, it was more about like getting your characters out alive. And we only got 2 of the 5 out alive, so we did a great job.
I did nothing wrong.
Yeah, it was all me and Chase,
and I just reaped the consequences. Anyway,
it wasn't super scary.
Yeah, so that was my beef with it. Like, I didn't mind the story. The story was decent. The first 2 had scientific explanations to them that was like, that makes complete sense in reality. I can understand that. This one, spoilers. Oh yeah. Skip the next 10 seconds real quick. It had aliens. That was the ending.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like that. Because I'm not saying aliens aren't real. I'm not saying they are real. I mean, I don't know.
They're out there.
But what I'm saying is, for the other 2 games, they made it unequivocally easily explainable.
It was all human.
Right.
Yeah.
This time it wasn't. So I would have rather it been something completely just way out there. Or
it was out there. There were aliens that came from far away.
Yeah.
Out there. Out there.
Oh my gosh. You know what I mean. Or centered on a reality that I can grasp, you know? So
I will say
that was frustrating.
The beginning of the game had nothing to do with the rest of the game. Like it opens like 5,000 years ago with this like ancient Mesopotamian civilization and this king holed up in this palace and he's like going crazy and sacrificing everybody. And then they all get killed by the monster alien vampire things. And then that like never plays into it at all, other than the fact that we're exploring that temple. So that was weird.
That I think just set up the place.
I guess, but
it set up where everything was and showing that.
Oh, and then I guess the zombies came back.
Then also it kind of hinted at with the eclipse.
Oh, that's true.
So for the not being light and all that stuff.
That's true. But yeah, it was so. That's why the aliens is why it reminded me about the Mountains of Madness. If you've ever read that, spoilers for both the game and the book. They find aliens in like the South Pole. They call them the Elder Ones because they're like ancient aliens that came to Earth like millions and millions of years ago, and they like genetically engineered these beings called Shoggoths, and they used them as slaves. But then all of a sudden the Shoggoths like overtook them, killed all of them, and took over the city. And so these explorers go into the city, this ancient like Elder Ones city in the South Pole, and they find this giant mass of Shoggoth, like it's like an amoeba, but it's like millions of amoeba put together. It's huge,
right?
And they have to run out because it's taking over the city. So it's not quite the same because the Elder Ones didn't get like taken over by a parasite, but it's kind of the same principle.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, so like that's my take on it. Is just it wasn't the Halloween game that I wanted. The story was okay. I mean, it was more of a survival game.
There was no mystery to it.
Yeah, there was no horror aspect, in my opinion. It was all just, can you make it out alive? And QuickTime events and
just stupid heartbeat mini game that I could never figure out for the life of me.
Well, and then there was things where like you're climbing up this cliff and they just let you climb up. It's like the places you thought there'd be QuickTime events, there wasn't. And then it's like, oh no, step over the rock, QuickTime event. Yeah. It's like
stepping over a pebble was a QuickTime event, but climbing up a mountain was done for you.
Yeah, and then there's certain things in there that they give you the choice to like stop, but then no matter what you choose, it's gonna happen anyway. And like that choice still had a butterfly effect ish, but it didn't seem as the choices didn't seem as dire as other ones, or some of them like. So your character missed a QuickTime event. One QuickTime event, and that's what ended up killing my character.
But it was not directly related. Like, I missed a QuickTime event of trying to sneak around one of the aliens, and that ended up killing Josh's character, not because the monster killed him, but because Chase's character ended up shooting him in the head. I don't know how that affected it.
Because what would have happened is if you would have been able to sneak around and get the monster's attention, then Salem would have been able to attack the monster or something like that.
Yeah.
And then your character would have had time to tell him, we're not dangerous. But because you tripped and the monster, everything happened quicker, you didn't have time to tell him we weren't dangerous. So when we walked up, he freaked out and shot me.
Okay.
So it's like, to me, those things, I don't know, the way it all worked out and worked like intertwined, I didn't care for.
Yeah.
I really do think Little Hope was better in that aspect. But I mean, it's a game that they release every year. You get a new game every single year. Which the next game we got a sneak peek for. It's called The Devil in Me. That looks scary. It looks like it's in an insane asylum
or it's just some kind of serial killer.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I don't know about this one.
That one.
Oh boy!
Next Halloween, man.
It had like a corpse that was wired up like a puppet, and he was talking through the corpse.
It had a cigarette. Cigarettes kill. I mean, get it because he was dead and he was.
The cigarette is what scared you?
No, not scared me. I said it like killed him because it
killed. Yes, the cigarette killed him and then also rotted his corpse instantly.
Yes,
and wired him up to look like a puppet.
That's what cigarettes do.
That's what cigarettes do. It's a metaphor. See, you put the killing thing in your mouth, but you don't give it the power to kill you.
But it looks fun. That one looks terrifying.
Like something.
It looks like the most terrifying one in the whole series.
Oh my.
So
yeah.
I liked the story of, personally, people won't agree with me probably. I liked the story of Man of Medan. I liked the horrorness of Little Hope. And then I don't know what I really liked of Ashes,
I haven't played any of the other ones, so I can't really like compare them. I don't know. I liked the overall feel of it. I liked the way the story was told. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like anything mind blowing.
What I do like for all of them though is the playability with friends.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the fact that you can have up to like 4 or 5 players and all have different characters, to me, that is awesome. That's fun. That's intriguing. You know, it gets friends together to play on the couch and it was a lot of fun. I had a blast playing with you guys as opposed to just playing it by myself.
Right, exactly. And not a lot of games do that kind of couch multiplayer anymore. So
and
it's really cool.
They do have replayability on them. You know, I will say if you want a game like this that's done to as close to perfection, in my opinion, as you can get right now, Until Dawn. Until Dawn was great.
Really,
the story was great. The acting was great. The visuals were great. The butterfly effect actually really mattered, and it was scary. There's a twist in it. So that one, if you're like, I've never played any of those types of games, and you really want to get a good one, I would go into that one. It's longer. It's probably a 10-hour long game, if you play through it. But that one, like some certain choices you make are just. Oh, it's just great. Like there's one that your best friend and your girlfriend are tied up and there's a guy telling you to pull a lever and choose, and it's a saw blade that's spinning, and it'll go cut one of them in half.
No, thank you.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah,
and I don't want to spoil
it. Why I'm never going to watch a Saw movie.
I don't want to spoil it.
That kind of stuff drives me crazy.
Actually, if you haven't played it, skip forward 30 seconds. So what happens is, no matter what choice you choose, it goes to your best friend.
Oh,
and it kills him. He's secretly the guy going around killing everyone. So he makes it look like he gets killed, even though he doesn't.
Oh.
And he's actually not a murderer. He's faking the murders. He's just trying to scare his friends. So that's the twist.
Wait. So the whole thing is a prank?
The first half. Because then the Wendigos come out.
Okay.
And those are real.
Gotcha.
And that's yeah. So you find out halfway through that that's a prank. And you're like, what the heck? Come on.
Yeah.
And then his name's Josh too. So it's kind of like
remind me to never go camping in the woods with you.
But the Wendigos, those are legit. And that's what's scary.
Gotcha.
So it was a really fun game. So I'd encourage everyone to go play that. So
all right. Yeah. That was a long conversation. It was good though.
I loved I liked House of Ashes because I played with you guys and it was live streamed. Otherwise, if I played it by myself, I'd have been a little bit bummed.
I think one of the things to keep in mind, and this will be the last thing, is that playing with friends makes any game more fun. I heard somebody say that you could have Superman 64, and if you added couch co-op multiplayer, it would be an amazing game. Like Superman 64, one of the worst games ever released, is more fun if you play it with other people.
Yeah,
like it's just there's just something about, and I'm thinking like in the same room, because like online multiplayer is fun, but there's something about being together in the same room and playing the game on the same TV that's just, it's one of the casualties of modern gaming that I really do lament. Like the GameCube, PS2 era, Xbox, original Xbox, that was just like the king of that couch multiplayer. You just play through the game together, and it was so much fun.
Well, and not many games do it good anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why the Dark Pictures Anthology, they do have that going for them. They do a good job at making it a couch co-op game.
I will say the Switch does a good job still of having couch multiplayer. Like most of the games for Switch, you can get some really nice multiplayer games.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously Smash.
Right.
The new Mario Party. Connor just bought, and this might be a cross-platform game, but he bought it for the Switch. It's a game called Boomerang Foo, and you play as little pieces of food, and you just get a boomerang, and the goal is to kill all of the other people. It's like a battle royale, and you like have to throw your boomerang, and you get power-ups. Super simple, amazingly fun game. Like when we went on vacation, we probably played this game, oh my word, I don't know how many hours. Just we hooked up to the TV, and we just played Boomerang Foo like crazy. It's so much fun.
That's not like you said. Playing with friends is always fun.
Yeah,
no matter the game.
So, all right. Sorry about that.
Not fun. Is Blizzard news.
Hello, Blizzard, my old friend. You canceled something else again. Because people are sick of your toxic work culture. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
This is an article from Kotaku that says Blizzard cancels online BlizzCon 2022.
Canceling an online event. Canceling an event is not too uncommon in the age we live in, but canceling an online event, that takes something special.
Well, I agree with them. They need to stop doing things for a while. Like just stop doing everything.
Well, it feels a little bit like every time that they've been like they released the Diablo remastered edition like right after all this stuff happened, and I was like, this feels weird. Like I that poor PR person, he's got to be like, hey, look, Diablo, ignore the man behind the curtain, Diablo. Like it had to be said there. I do not envy that guy, that guy or woman's job. I don't envy that job. That just does not sound fun. But yeah, they kind of have to. You gotta take a break.
Well, it's like being a defense attorney for a mass murderer that you know is guilty.
Yeah,
like it's just like I have to because it's my job. But even I want to put this piece of crap away.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says it's been a rocky couple of years for Blizzard's annual fan celebration, with the 2020 and 2021 shows canceled due to the ongoing COVID pandemic. Now, as fallout continues from the California lawsuit over the studio's culture of abuse, discrimination, and harassment towards women, Blizzard has canceled the BlizzCon online event previously scheduled for February of 2022. In a letter to the community posted today on Blizzard's website, the developer said that putting on a massive event like BlizzCon takes the time and energy of everyone at the company, time and energy that Blizzard feels at this time would be better put towards, quote, supporting our teams and progressing development of our games and experiences. Not, trying to figure out how to get over this stupid frat boy work culture.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Let's work on our games. That will fix it.
Well, so it feels, in the age of political correctness that we live in, every time a legit issue comes up, it feels like corporations go to the stock woke language. And I don't there are companies that legitimately are doing good things in the wake of a lot of these social justice movements. And I'm not trying to minimize that. But what was we need to ensure that it feels as safe, welcoming, and inclusive as possible. That just is so unnatural, and it feels put together. Maybe I'm just biased against Activision and Blizzard at this point, but I don't know.
Well, hey, the letter goes on to say that the company will be taking this year's downtime as an opportunity to fix their culture and to reimagine how they treat. No. Reimagine what BlizzCon will look like in the future.
Yeah. It's
again not fixing the things problem that need fixing. Just trying to fix something else to make people go, we'll ignore that a little bit longer.
Well, that's one of the first comment, because I made the mistake of scrolling down to the comment section.
Oh no!
The first comment was, so to translate all the corporate gobbledygook, we can't host an event right now because it's going to create a place for protest. It's going to draw too much attention to us, so we're just going to cancel it until next year and everybody's forgotten about it.
And we'll find out a way to get everyone's mind onto our games and other things so that they don't focus on all this other stuff. It's
yeah, it feels weird. Again, because Aaron and I talked about how they were forming this fund for people that claim damages, but it was $18 million, which for a company like Activision is nothing.
Yeah.
So they're putting together $18 million for people to claim damages, but that with the way lawsuits go, that's 5 people.
Yeah.
Because, you can win $2 to $3 million in a lawsuit claiming damages if you win the lawsuit. So.
Right, but then even after you win, you still have to pay all your lawyers. You have to pay all your fees.
Exactly.
It's so stupid. It continues to say what has also changed since the first BlizzCon is that people have recently become more aware of the culture of harassment, discrimination fostered at the company, as well as being a place for fans to meet up in the real life and hang out. BlizzCon is also where former employee Alex Afra as I can't always I know what it is.
I think.
Thank you. I just can't pronounce it. And cohorts would hang out at the infamous Cosby Suite. It is also the event where a fan was laughed at by developers for suggesting that female World of Warcraft heroes dress in something other than bikini armor. And I remember that, and it was horrible.
That really happened?
Yes. They laughed at her and then moved on from the question. And it's
wow.
There's a YouTube video, I think it's done by College Humor. I'm not 100% sure. But they're playing a RPG, they're live acting in this RPG.
I think I've seen this.
And so they're all dressed up in armor, and he walks over to the guy. He's like, I would like a new piece of armor, please. And the guy's like, yes, traveler, or yes, adventurer.
Yes, I've seen this one.
And it poof, and he's like, awesome. And this woman walks up, she goes, I'll take some armor. Boom. And she's in just a top piece for a breastplate.
Yeah.
Just to cover her top, and then chainmail underwear. And she's like, what is this going to protect? And he's like, it looks great though. And she's like, can I please have something different? So she's like, fine, I'll just wear my other stuff. So she's back in her robes or whatever. And then it shows a little icon for armor. The dude picks it up and puts it up. Full knight armor. And she's like, what? And that's just how games are. And it is frustrating. It's so stupid. And so they laughed at her for it. They were like, it just, I don't know. It says Blizzard concludes its letter to the community by assuring fans that the company will still be announcing games and game updates, just not in a convention setting. All things considered, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
What's for the best is for everyone at Blizzard that's been a piece of crap to get fired. But they won't.
That's not going to happen. That just doesn't happen for whatever reason.
And I'm not going to go into it, but I guess their head decided, the head of the studio, whatever, took a massive millions of dollars pay cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's okay,
that's
but
something.
are you still making millions of dollars?
Well, and also, are you still there doing the things that you were doing before.
Exactly. Like if you're making $50 million and you're like, I'll take a $10 million pay cut.
You're still making $40 million a year.
You're still doing a bunch of crap. So no.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix the problem. It's like, I don't know, man. It starts at the top. And if you can't fix it at the top, nothing's ever going to change. And that's just frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heads need to roll, not literally, but figuratively.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying go chop his literal head off, but I'm saying take him out of the company. Take the top of Blizzard's execs, take them out, bring in someone that will instill change. I'm not saying it has to be a woman that gets in there. You know, I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
But anybody that will do something to actually change the culture and to change that company around, because they make good games.
They do.
World of Warcraft is an incredible game.
Yeah. Overwatch is also incredible.
Exactly. Change the culture and continue to make great games. That's what needs to happen. Not pay cuts, not fines. Literal change needs to happen. And I just don't know if we'll ever see that.
Yeah. It's kind of sad, but that's just kind of the way corporations go, is as they give lip surface until people are like, forget about it, move on to the next outrage.
Yep. We do kind of live in a cyberpunk world.
Yeah.
I mean,
we live in a society. Sorry, I have to. Every time you say that, I have to do that.
Oh, man. Moving on to something kind of confusing, but also kind of weird. Exciting for certain people. Sony now uses PlayStation PC label for its PC games. So,
which is kind of like saying like PlayStation PC. I don't know. That just feels like it's like the Nintendo Microsoft Switch thing. Like it's like combining two platforms, PlayStation, PC. Because when I think of PlayStation, I think of PlayStation. When I think PC, I think PC. And now PlayStation is like all of the games that were exclusives that they're bringing to PC are released under the PlayStation PC Studios license, whatever.
I mean, it makes
sense.
It does. I don't know. I mean, exciting for PC players.
Yeah.
But Tom Warren over at The Verge says Sony's PlayStation games on Steam are now published by PlayStation PC LLC instead of PlayStation Mobile. Forum posters at Reset Era. Oh my gosh! My brain just went. Noticed the change yesterday, and it appears the PlayStation PC company was formed earlier this year. It could mean we'll see Sony use more PlayStation PC branding in the future. Sony has been gradually growing its presence on PC over the past year after Horizon Zero Dawn arrived on Steam in August of 2020, followed by Days Gone in February. Sony is also bringing God of War to PC on January 14th and the remastered Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection at some point in 2022. And my whole take on this, because they go on to talk about how that PlayStation will still be like the best place to play the PlayStation games and that it's made for PlayStation. So when I'm reading that, that's a great way of saying like, don't worry, PlayStation fans, we're not tailoring it to the PC. We're just porting it over there. We're making it available on there. So that makes me think like, why would people want to play it on PC over PlayStation? There's really not a huge benefit until they actually, if they're like, you know what, Horizon Zero Dawn is made for PC as well as PlayStation. Well, so there you go. If they make it tailored to PC, then that's one thing. But to just port it, I mean, I guess if you don't have a PlayStation 5 and you want to play it.
Yeah, so if you are a PC gamer, like most of the PC gamers I know have basically sworn off consoles altogether. Like, because they're like, I can get everything I want on PC. Why would I buy a console when my PC is more powerful than most consoles and I can play just about everything? So in that sense, yeah, it makes sense because it's an audience that they don't have. And you can then tweak the experience. I mean, again, a lot of people swear by keyboard and mouse for a lot of things. And you can use a controller for PC. So, like, although I think I read somewhere that you can use a keyboard and mouse for PS4 and PS5, which feels weird.
You can use it for Xbox too. I mean, you can plug it in.
Yeah. So that just feels kind of weird. But I don't know. I understand. I don't have a PC, and I'll probably always stick with console just because I like buying something and know it's going to work. Whereas with a PC, if it doesn't work, it's all my fault. And I don't feel like spending $1,500 just for it to break.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big PC gamer. I love the controller. I don't like to point and click adventures for every single game just seems boring to me.
But it's not every single game.
It seems like it.
You can also use a controller if you want.
Yeah, but then why not just use a PlayStation or a
Because the PC is more powerful. And you have the entire
PlayStation and Xbox are going more towards the same.
And then in addition, you get the Steam store, which has so many games and so many sales.
I can't play the amount of games that are on Game Pass right now, let alone playing all the Steam games.
There are so many games that are on Steam and for like super cheap. Like you get the entire Steam library at your fingertips, especially with the Steam Deck now. Like that is an amazing move by Valve.
Yeah, the Steam Deck. I mean, I might get that. But we'll have to see. But I just thought that was cool that PlayStation is trying to get PC involved in their stuff. I mean, they'll sell more games.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's worth doing. And I mean,
and it does make
Microsoft
sense.
already did it.
It does make, well, Microsoft basically invented the PC. So
well, right. I just mean
sense.
like Xbox has already put his stuff out there.
It is weird that their studio was called PlayStation Mobile, though. Like,
well, because they mainly did mobile games. And then they did a few games.
They did mobile games?
Yeah, they do some mobile games, I believe. Now I'm questioning.
I mean, it makes sense, but I just can't remember any. I'm not a mobile gamer, so I don't.
Well, I know they have mobile apps.
There was a Rayman mobile game. I remember that, but that was more. Is that Activision? No, that's Ubisoft.
They have a lot of like mobile apps. Like you can get, like you have the PlayStation app for your phone. You can get different types of apps for different games. I'm not sure if they have a lot of actual PlayStation games on the phone. But it's more of like companion apps and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. It's exciting. We'll see where they go with it. And like I said, it'll give them more money. They'll sell more games that way. So.
Oh, definitely.
But that's pretty much the time for this episode.
Wow,
I'm glad you guys stopped by and listened and watched and subscribed and commented and all those things down below. It's great.
We're still tired. We're still recovering from House of Ashes. So maybe the energy was a little low today, but thanks for sticking with us.
Just a reminder, I am going to be streaming on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's tonight as you're watching this.
Correct, tonight. I hope you guys had a great day, though. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you guys drink a lot of coffee, play lots of games, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Bye.